I did this painting of it was basically a replica of the of a Motorhead album album cover, and it was a big oil painting sort of thing, and I brought it down to the pound the following week to give it to Joe, and he said, "That's that is absolutely amazing. You know, thanks very much for giving me that. You are able to come into the club from now on for free. You know, and that's not really what I wanted. I just kind of wanted to introduce myself to him, and then for it to be something other than just a guy who went along and enjoyed the music sort of thing. So he said, if you're here next week, could you do the door? You know, just doing the door at the Pound Club. All of a sudden, from being one of the guys, I was just laughing at vibrating Lane, you know, destroying a 45 to actually being part of the organization, you know. So I would sit at the front desk and take people's money as they went in. It was only like a pound in or something, a pound for to get into the pound. And, and there were rats running around. This was in the city centre, facing the old bus station where the waterfront and uh, yeah, all that is now. Um, and so it was really close to the river, you know, the lagoon. So the rats used to come up and they would just jump about in and out of the out of the beer kegs sort of thing. I hate them. so so it wasn't great, but you did what you did to be part of the thing. So Joe and I became actually friends then. Vibrating Lane and I became friends, and he brought me to his house up in. He lived off just off the Antrim Road. By this stage, I was at art college, and I'd go up, have an afternoon with him or an evening with him, and he introduced me to his lovely wife. Um, and for the sake of those who are, you know, still around, I'm not going to name names, but this one night he said to me, "You going to art college tomorrow?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, why not stay here?" He lived on the Antrim Road. He said, "I'll give you a lift up to the art college tomorrow." This was right after the pound. And we went back to his house, had a couple of drinks, and then you know, it came to this stage where it was like time to go to bed, you know. And I'm going, oh, okay. So the sofa's good enough for me. And he went, oh no. You have to come up and you know, enjoy, you know, the comfort of a bed sort of thing. And I'm going, oh well, okay, naivety, you know, sort of set. And up I went and got into the bed, and then Joe and his wife said, "Oh, you can't wear underwear, you know, whenever you're in our bed, sort of thing." So, and then all sorts of things happened, you know, to the extent that I had to kind of like pretend, more or less, that I was sleeping. But there was like a sort of a desire on their part for me to sort of participate in whatever it is that they wanted to do, you know. But I was having none of it because, you know, it just seemed so wrong, and I wasn't into that sort of thing, you know. Um, but anyway, next morning, I went to art college and met up with my friends there, and you look a bit off today. They were saying to me, and I was going, just had this like crazy evening with, you know, with Joe, and uh you know, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to be, you know, remain friends with him sort of thing. So he had this Doberman dog, beautiful big majestic beast, he had, this was back then when you could have their ears clipped and stuff. So the ears were up, short tail, and if I was in his house, and it would come, and it would come straight over to me, and just plop itself down for me to give it a wee scratch underneath its neck. And Joe always said, that thing is a killer, you know. He must really love you if he's going over and just plopping himself down and giving you his trust. There's a sort of a science thing going on there. So I was all pleased with it. This, and then I would obviously see the big dog, you know, every time I went to Joe's house. And then Joe rang me and he said, I've got a gig in Bridge. Do you want to come along with me and help me set up the stuff? And I said, yeah, of course. Not a problem. And he came and collected me. And we were driving along the road towards Bridge, past Drumore, Hillsborough, and all that. And he said, I just got to stop off here for a wee second. So, can you give me a wee hand here? And I went around the back, and he opened up his van, and at the back were the speakers at the front, but then there was like this big black bag sort of thing. And he said, let's just hawk that, you know, give me a hand. We'll throw it to the side of the road, over where that trucker stop is, you know, and there's a bin and everything. So whoever comes along to collect the rubbish, you know, will see the big bag, and I thought nothing of it, sort of thing. To me, it was just like a bag of rubbish that he wanted rid of. Got hiccups, by the way, so I'm hoping that they disappear here. I think they're gone. So yes, so I left the bag. It was rather heavy, you know. So I was thinking there was a lot of, and you know, but as I say, it didn't seem. I knew that it wasn't, you know, that it wasn't a human, because it wasn't that big. But we're driving along. Then we're driving past, as I say, Drumora. And I just happened to say to Joe, how's the big dog doing? And he says, it's not doing too well, you know. And I went, when I was at your house the other day, it was in full health, you know, everything was great. And he went, nah, yeah, it went downhill really quickly. And I went, did you take it to the vet? And he says, no, there was no real need, you know, because it passed away, you know. And I says, I'm really sorry to hear that, Joe. You know, I wish you know, that I would have had, you know, a wee moment or two with it, you know, before. And he said, well, you just did. And I said, what? He said, yeah, it was the dog that was in the black bag that went through, you know, into the trucker's bin area sort of thing. And I go, oh, for God's sake, you know. So I drove on down to Bridge and did the gig, and the two of us. But whenever he was doing a gig, you know, he was all dressed up as Gene Simmons and stuff. So I just was basically setting the stuff up, taking it back down again, and but everybody knew that it was sort of part of the organisation, and we met these two nice girls, and they wanted to afterwards, you know, to spend time with it, sort of thing. So Joe had the van, you know, and because there was now one big gigantic black bag less, there was room in the back of the van. So I went, and the girl says, have you ever heard of the witches of Bridge? And and I said, no, to tell you God's honest truth, I don't want to. No, you gotta go. You gotta come and see these you know, see these little areas. You know, it's just outside Bridge. And I said to him, are you two of these witches? You know, that you because obviously, you know,